Well, Kevin, I know you have no control over the weather because obviously you would have dreamed up a much better forecast. And I know you warned us about the snow yesterday, but still, I walked out my door this morning and I couldn't find my car. It was buried.
Yes.
So of course, my parents always played it up really big for me, and that's probably why I still love it.
Is there a particular reason,
you know,
for example?
It's not so much about the romantic love. It's more about
candy.
Oh, yes, all of the chocolate and the flowers and the jewelry. And you might be making the same mistake. That victim of car theft did not want to be part of our story, but THPD detectives want you to at least learn from her mistake. Well, a new year brings new resolutions, including the common one of people wanting to lose weight, get fit, and live an overall healthier lifestyle. And as always, please tell us as soon as possible. That will only be better for you and your business, so we can get it out there for everyone. And she received a toilet brush from her sweetheart for Valentine's Day. But here's the funny part is she was thrilled. I guess she either really wanted or she really needed a toilet brush.
Okay, well, I bet you know.
This Mastiff will take part in a dog show in Terre Haute in April. And get this, Stegman's kennel buddy is a poodle. I don't know how that works out. Local law enforcement installed new technology in their vehicles. I'm News 10's Patsy Kelly, and coming up, I'll show you how it fights crime and keeps you safe. It's a traveling photographic exhibit that will tug on your heartstrings. I'm News 10's Patsy Kelly, and coming up, I'll tell you about Indiana's Heart Gallery. And Illinois County has a new way to process your gun permits. I'm News 10's Patsy Kelly, and coming up, I'll tell you how this system is speeding up the process. But it appears he was just playing a game. Now we have to warn you, this video is very shocking. It's called the Knockout Game, and it's happened here in Terre Haute. But so far, it's an isolated incident.
In my time here at the police department, I've never investigated or been a part of any investigation in a crime similar to this.
On December 23rd, 3 friends were sitting in this bar around 3 o'clock in the morning, relaxing after a long day of work, when suddenly this happens. As you can see in this video, just a few minutes earlier, Kevin Doty was roughhousing with some friends. Doty walks up to the victims 3 times, punching his fists together, as if getting pumped up to do something. Then he rears back and strikes his first victim in the back of the head, then quickly moves on to his second. He hit this woman so hard, her head hit the bar counter. But with his third, he gets a bit of a surprise. The point of this little game? The premise is simple but brutal. I could be walking along the street and someone could suddenly walk by and punch me in the face. Victims don't see it coming, and it can have serious consequences. Police say this is a crime just like many others they investigate, but it never hurts to be on your guard.
This is the only known occurrence of a crime like this happening in my time here at the Terre Haute Police Department. I wouldn't be any more or less afraid of falling victim to this crime as opposed to any other crime. It boils down to just being aware of your surroundings. I mean, when you're, any citizen of Terre Haute can always better protect themselves against being a victim of a crime by just simply being aware of their surroundings and taking proper precautions.
Now, all of our information was taken directly from court documents. Doty is being charged with battery resulting in serious bodily injury. The woman victim received a concussion, balance problems, and partial hearing loss. The other victim also suffered some bruising.
Any time that you see an animal abused, neglected, being treated cruelly, it is to my business.
For 5 years, neighbors have noticed numerous animals in these cages. Many times, they say, without food and water in these 90-plus temperatures.
I mean, he's just had so many animals and he's never taken care of any of them. I mean, the poor things have to step in their poop and pee. They have to lay in it.
Those actions could be the reason one dog is dead.
At first it was whining, and it was panting real hard, and it was whining. Then it went over to its water bowl and stuck its head down and it put its head up and it just kept panning and, you know, going in the hot barrel and then coming back out and sticking its head down in the water bowl.
But the dog's owner isn't breaking the law.
Dogs, hate to say this, are considered a property to their owner. As long as they have food, water, and shelter, it's hard for me to do that. I mean, take a dog.
Maynard called police last night, but someone had already buried the dog when officers showed up. Police refer to animal control in these instances. The law says you can't take animals away if they have food, water, and shelter. And the definition of shelter is 3 sides and a top.
A shelter, a black barrel, you know, in 99-degree weather, I do not consider that shelter. You know, the dog couldn't stay in it. I mean, he couldn't stay in it.
After seeing the dog's shelter, we decided to check out for ourselves how hot it gets inside one of these black plastic barrels. Now, the purpose of a shelter is to protect you from the sun and heat. So we pulled out our digital thermometer, and right now it says it's 98 degrees. But as soon as we put it in the barrel, it immediately jumps. So what's supposed to be shading the animal is actually cooking it. Gross says it's easy in this weather to get dehydrated, especially for outdoor animals. But she says it's too late now to save this one, and there's not much they can do now that the dog is dead. Maynard says the ordinance isn't specific, but it is frustrating.
A poor dog that looks to somebody to take care of him that doesn't take care of him. It's very frustrating.